Now on to question 6. List 2 steps of a scientific method. So there are a bunch basically. You could have observation, which leads to a hypothesis, which leads to experimentation, which leads to theory or law, and new observations. And basically it's like a cyclical structure at basically any part. So you needed to at least have observation, hypothesis, or one of any of these basically. So that was that answer, and you could, like I said, you find that on the first set of slides. Contains same amount of liquid, please indicate the volume you would report for both of these. So for question 7, this is the very first one. Is you have 30 here and you have 20, right? And your water level is somewhere in between. And it's the same thing for this one. Ooh, how did I do that? But, so here's your water level. So it's not quite at 30, but it's definitely past 20. So if you said 25 mils, I would say fine. If you said 26 mils, I would say that's fine. And then the next one is when you're using something a little more precise, right? So now you could go down to 1 decimal place, and here's your water line, and here it's not quite 26.5 mils, but it's definitely more than 26.4. So you could say 26.43 plus or minus 0.01. This one is plus or minus 1. So you could report 26 mils or 26.43 for this for these containers. This one you could only report to only to the one and no decimal places. While this one you could report to 2 decimal places because you have 1 here, right? And remember, because you could actually see this, that it's more than 20. If the line was right here, except straight, that would be 20 mils, but it's not. It's a little bit between 20 and 30, so you could guess it's around 26. Here, it's a little bit above 26.4, so you could say 26.42, 43, whatever. But as long as you were reporting the right number of decimal places, which is right here, right? And that goes for any unit of measurement. You could have this kind of sideways and say this was a ruler, and you had 20 and 30 here, and you're measuring I don't know, like a pencil here. So here's a little eraser part, and that's supposed to be a pencil. You could say that pencil is 26 centimeters in this case. That would be a big pencil, but you're always saying a number between the two smallest points of measurement. So here we have this line here and that line there. So and that kind of goes for the very first lab that we were doing. It all has to do with that. So here you could report more digits as opposed to here, because you can't tell at this point.